cloud. There we go. All right, everybody. Welcome to Storytime. My name's Naomi. I'm with Napa Bookmine, and I'm so excited to introduce to you Annie Ruygt. I'm going to read the back of her book. She has a bio here. Isn't that fancy? This is what, this is like, this is real.
Yeah.
Like Annie has a real book published from a huge publisher. I was just freaking out when I saw it in the Penguin Random House catalog, which has, I mean, it's just like,
it's weird.
It's amazing. So if everybody, just FYI, the layout of today, keep yourself on mute unless you're asking Annie a question, please. Annie is going to be doing a slideshow to tell you a little bit about the book and process. She'll read you the book and then have a writing activity. And then we are going to have a Q&A session at the end. So Annie Ruygt has always loved three things: drawing, writing, and singing. She earned her BFA in illustration from Cal State Fullerton. Before pursuing a career as a freelance artist, she spent time traveling and playing gigs as a singer-songwriter. This helped her develop an ear for the rhythm and rhyme that appears in her picture books. She lives in Ukiah, California, and she has a website that you should definitely check out, AnnieRuygt, illustration.com. And you should follow her on social media. Annie, if you wouldn't mind telling us your handles at some point today on Instagram.
Yeah, I do have a slide I can share with that information.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Without further ado, take it away.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Naomi. I'm going to share my screen. Let's do that. Okay. So, hello. My name is Annie. I am an author and an artist. I grew up here in Napa and lived here all my life until I moved away for school, and have lived here on and off since then. And I make books. Like this book. This is I, Lincoln, Did Not Ask for This, which I illustrated with a local author. And I made this book, The Three Things. And most recently, I made this book, Sometimes It's Bright, which was out, I guess, 2 weeks ago now. When I was a kid, I loved to dance and sing. That's me on the left with my two sisters. We were always making up dances and choreography. I also really loved dressing up during Halloween, mostly in scary outfits. I liked blood. And I really loved performing in musicals. This is my favorite character I played, which was the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz. You can see I'm very happy. And my favorite class in school was art class because it allowed me to dream up anything I wanted and find a way to make it come to life on paper. So this is a piece from, I think, when I was 15 or 16. As I got older, I started to travel and I loved seeing new places. This is when I was visiting my sister in Boston. That's the front of the house that was used in Hocus Pocus, the movie. And as I traveled to other countries and other places in the United States, I was just amazed when I would see something that someone had spent time creating. So like these planter toilets that someone took the effort to dream up, just a cool little vignette. Or the mural. This mural, I believe, was in Paris, and it added so much brightness to my experience. And I especially loved the street performers that I came across on my travels. Often speaking other languages, but really opening my eyes to all different kinds of music and creative expression. This was in the Netherlands. So all of the art I saw was so magical and so bright that I felt inspired to create. So I wrote a story about this. I wrote a story about this feeling that I got every time I saw these people just doing what they loved and being creative. And I'm going to read that story to you. So that book is Sometimes It's Bright. This is our main character, Ronan. What is that magic, sparkling and sheer? I wish I could catch it and bring it down here. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's bright. Sometimes it's on stage on opening night. It can be loud and it can go far. But it can fade fast and flee to the stars. It's right there beside me. Then it is not. How can I find it? Can it be bought? If I take note and share what I see, wait, there it is. It's coming from me. Sometimes it's quiet and sometimes it's small. But boy, does it sparkle and dance down the hall. The magic's in me. I can draw. I can sing. I shine brightest when I do my thing. The end. So I would love to ask all of you to do an art project with me. And I'd love to know what creative things that you like to do. So you can get your handy paper and a pen or a pencil. And the first thing you're going to do is draw a big circle in the middle. We're going to fill that in last. So you draw that, and then around the circle, you're going to write the creative things that you like to do. So I love to dance. And I'm going to write dance. And if you're comfortable with it, you can do a little drawing, maybe of someone dancing. I'm going to draw really silly dancing because why not? It's the kind of dancing I like to do. So yeah, you know, that's about how I look when I dance. And other things I like to do. So maybe you like to write stories. Maybe you like to decorate a room. Maybe you like to make up bookstores like Naomi. Maybe you like to make wonderful conversation with a friend. So let's just kind of work on that for a little while. I also like to make comics. So you can keep going. There's my little comic book. We're going to do this for a couple more minutes. Take your time. And hopefully you can fill up your paper and have everything going around that big circle in the middle. Let's see, I like to I love to make paintings. So let's do one more. And then in the middle, in that circle that we drew, we're going to write, I shine brightest when I ... I shine brightest and I'm probably going to fill up my paper, but with a few more things. But now you have a little reminder of the special things that you do to add more brightness into the world, into the people around you. So you can hang this on your refrigerator if you like, kind of like the little Ronan did in the book, or you can maybe tape this into your journal. I like to put it above my drawing desk so I can remember that spending time on these things just makes my environment a brighter place. Makes it a lot more fun for sure. So there you go. Does anyone want to hold theirs up and maybe share it for a moment? No, Auntie Joyce? That's okay. It's always good just as like a little personal project. I have tons more, so many things I love to do. Naomi, do you wanna share yours?
Oh my God. Annie, yes, I will. I will share. But I have to say, this project helps me realize how I really need to have some creative outlets. Because literally,
Your
all I
books
do is
are like
work.
a super creative outlet.
This is like not very good. Okay, so I have garden, which that's a dream of mine. I would love to garden. I don't yet, but let's see, one day I will. See friends. I haven't really done that very much in the last year.
Oh, I know.
Read a book though. That's okay, that's my go-to me time every day. And then I have snuggle my kids, which that's me holding some weird version of a baby
Of a
in my
tiny little
arms.
version of your kids because they're getting all big. That's so cute.
But,
I love drawings.
I really this is great. I want to spend some more time with this. What an awesome activity. Thank you, Annie. I hope I hope somebody else shares theirs too.
Yeah, please. Did the boys want to share? Reardon and Marco?
Reardon said he'll show his. Do you want to show her yet, or you still want to do your wheels? He's adding wheels to his circle.
Oh, okay, cool.
Can we show her? Not yet. Okay.
Okay, that's fine too.
I can show mine. If
Yeah,
you
I'd
don't
love.
mind.
I'd love to see
Tom.
that.
I'm Tom. I don't know if you remember, we met through your sister several years ago. I think you'd just come back from touring the East Coast or something like that. And I can't remember which show. Jennifer, I did just a lot of shows out of college at the Napa Valley College.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And you'd come back from
Just came back out
whatever.
from the East Coast.
Yeah.
You know that
I
she's
think it
back
was,
out here recently.
no, I didn't.
Yeah, she just came back out here after being over there during all the pandemic stuff. So
Okay, cool.
say hi.
Yeah,
Anyway,
and so I don't know. So I missed that it was supposed to be outside the circle until after halfway through. So I just stayed inside.
oh, that's okay.
I'll have to look and say it. So I love to sing, which I get to do. And actually I sing choral music. I mean, I sing solo, but choral music, and I just thought of that. I bake and cook. That's my little stove, and that's the oven. I love to act,
Yeah.
musicals and straight acting, whatever. And then I remember something that I'm still working on is, and being in the pandemic, is making movies, little shorts and stuff like that. I've been working on making basically virtual, I can't even say it, field trips, since we hadn't been able to go on field trips with the little kids. I work in preschool. So I was like, oh wait, this would be a great idea. And then I started doing it, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to do. And anyway, and then my work life is so busy that I haven't been able to get out to. I need to get much more stills, but that's another story. But those what it is. So yeah, and I really appreciate. I love the book, and appreciate I get to see it.
Thank you for sharing that. That is such a cool idea, a virtual field trip. And that is another great example of something where you're bringing something so wonderful to all those kids, when they can't go do these field trips. So that's amazing.
And I was thinking it'd be also, even when we're not in this, with the preschool kids, they're not able to go to the firehouse or something like that. But if you do a virtual, do one there,
Yeah.
and then prep them when the firemen come out, because they come out in the engine, but so then they can see the whole thing in another place. But that's anyway.
That is so cool.
Thanks.
Thank you for sharing, and good to see you.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, we could definitely move on to Q&A if you want, or if anyone else wants to share, maybe one more. If not, it's totally okay. I know I'm going to ask Michelle later. Both Michelles. There's two Michelles. Both I'm going to ask, send me a text me.
Reardon drew his. And
Okay, cool.
helped him a little bit. I wrote the word dance for him.
Yes.
We love dancing and twirling. He made this into a truck because he loves trucks and he loves to draw trucks.
He's
And
good.
this one's a flower. This one's a flower. And then in this little corner here, this is a hot air balloon that's tethered because right now his favorite book is Curious George and the Hot Air Balloon.
I love it. Thank you for sharing, Reardon. And you know what? I have great memories of dancing with you a little bit out front of the house.
Oh, that's right. Remember when you guys were dancing on the lawn?
You love dancing. It
Yeah.
made me enjoy dancing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Well, I'm going to open this up to any questions if you have questions about making the book or about anything really that
Yeah,
I should.
and feel free if you want to unmute yourself and ask your question live, please do, or you can throw it into the chat.
If there's no
Um,
questions,
I'll start. I have a question. So I actually, before I knew you as an illustrator and author, I knew you as a singer. You would come sing at the open mics when they existed back in the day. And you were such an amazingly talented singer. And I just remember loving your powerful voice. And I wonder, I just think it's so, I love your book because it encourages, it could possibly encourage kids to be interested in multiple outlets, just like your art activity. Like there's not just one art that you can practice, not just dance or not just drawing or not just singing. So I don't know, could you like talk about your experiences being multifaceted in your
yeah.
it's kind of a big question.
It
Or
has-
like why you think it's important for kids to maybe experiment with different outlets?
That's a really good question because I was going to maybe go into it a little bit with the presentation, but I thought maybe that's a little complicated. But because I grew up like really enjoying all of the different arts, like I took dance and I loved it, and I was really into ballet. I always loved singing, and I definitely was. That was my job for a while, was a gigging musician, and I went on the tour, and it wasn't exactly the lifestyle I wanted to be a gigging performing musician. So I ended up focusing more on art, but I found that after a while, I really missed doing all of the creative, like the other things that I love doing, the dancing, the singing, the acting. So as I've started incorporating that back into my life, while I've been inspired by seeing other people do it on my travels, I've just found so much more joy, and I feel like I am a more complete person. And I think that it's really not just about, it comes down to like, you got to do the things you love, and singing. Yes, I didn't want to be a professional singer. I didn't want that to be my job, but I have to make time to sing. So although I don't perform anymore, I spend a day or two a week just sitting at the piano and singing my guts out. And I'm always writing new music, and it's just something I know I have to do to make myself feel great and alive. And same with acting. I recently took an improv class down when I was in LA about a year ago, and that was just like amazing. And I hadn't done plays for maybe 10 years, but it was so good for me and my soul. So I think it's important to not only experiment because it pushes you to learn about yourself and see what you're capable of, but also to make sure that if you love something, even if you're maybe not the best at it, or even if it's not going to be something that you turn into, I don't know, your thing later on, that you got to do it if you love it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
Oh, is there a chat?
I see Joyce talking, but she's muted.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Annie's Auntie Joyce, and I just wanted to share with all of you that as an infant, Annie started humming, perfect pitch humming. She'd sit in the high chair and just hum her little heart out. So, and then as she got older, drawing, we would go to a restaurant and they bring the paper placemat, and she'd flip it over and just draw these amazing pictures at a very young age. So it's
If I could have been a placemat artist and
you
made a
could have
living
been.
from that, I would have totally done that.
Yes, and
Still love it.
I think let's see, you were about 16 because my son Alex was 10 and he was really into SpongeBob. And we were at Mary's Pizza having dinner, and Annie again flipped over the placemat and drew this perfect SpongeBob. And the waitress came by and admired it. And she said, Annie said, well, do you want it? And I don't know if the girl still has it, but she was so excited. Do you remember that, Annie?
Yeah, I
And
remember.
then my Alex was like, well, I thought you did that for me. Well, she went home and his 10th birthday was a few weeks away. So she did a large poster of SpongeBob with, happy 10th birthday, Alex, that we took to his birthday party. And now I got it framed and it hangs in my computer room. So I just want to say this woman, just was born with these talents that luckily for all of us, she shares. And
Thanks, Auntie.
yeah,
But I do think
I'm a little
That's
prejudiced.
so awesome. Thank you for sharing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing stories.
Yeah.
it is really fun, I think, when you have whether it can be a creative skill, or it could just be just because you like to do it. It's something that you can share with other people. So like baking bread, baking delicious, I mean, Michelle actually like made lemon curd one time and delivered it. And it's like little bits of magic that you can bring to people when you can create something for them. So
I would say
I've enjoyed being able to use it.
With Naomi's, question too. I think too with kids, especially when they're really young, there's a push to like find what you're good at, like right away, and like that's the thing you stick with. And so I just love that. I love that about the book too, about like it can be all kinds of things, and it doesn't have to be like just one thing, and it doesn't have to be the one thing that you happen to be really good at. It could be like I'm terrible at drawing, but it's still fun. It's nice to explore the things and just say, even if this has nothing to do with anyone else, this is for me only.
Yeah.
It's just really, it's cool to be able to explore that. And that's what's so great about the book. I love it.
I'm glad. Are there any other questions?
Any other questions? If not,
Wait, Annie,
oh.
can you hear me?
Oh.
Yes.
When did you start thinking about writing children's books? When did that start percolating in you?
I never thought, well, if there's one thing that I didn't explore very much that I was a little afraid of, was writing. I always wrote very secretively, but in college, I took a children's book illustration class, and in all of our projects, my favorite thing was actually coming up with the stories and writing the stories, even though it was very much focused on, don't worry about the stories, just let's like work on the illustration part. So that was when I was maybe 23, and my year before I graduated from university. So I started exploring children's books as, well, not exploring. I decided, I was like, I have to do this. And it took a while to get to a point where I could actually get a publisher and make it happen. But I was very determined, because it was almost like writing and illustrating your own movie. It could be anything you wanted. And it was the most exciting thing I'd ever come across that seemed very doable, because I didn't, I had those skills enough to make it happen. So thanks for the question.
Awesome.
All right. Well,
Well, where can we all find you? Those of us here today, and we will be posting this story time on our YouTube channel, so other
Okay.
people can enjoy your talk.
Yeah.
Where can we find you on the internet?
Okay, I'll show you my screen one last time, because if you want to take like a snapshot, there's my website, and there's Instagram. That handle at Annie Ruygt is Instagram. There's also my email if you'd like to email me directly. I think probably everyone here I know and has my email. So, but there you go.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank
Your
you.
book is incredible.
Yep,
Thank you for writing it.
Really is.
for being here, guys. Oh,
Writing.
I'm so happy to share it with everyone.
So proud of you.
I'm happy to see everyone being creative and making this world awesome. So thank you.
Aw.
All right.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you, Naomi.
Congratulations.
Okay, thanks.
Bye,
Thanks,
sweetie.
guys. Have a great day.
Thanks
All
for
right.
coming, everyone.
Thank you. This was wonderful.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
Bye.